Assembly.
Before I ask the House. Okay, Mr. Speaker.
You are doing well, just the heading, and then you ask the House to give
Mr. Speaker, seek the leave of the House.
Based on order 8 through 4.
Under order 8 through 4 to suspend all the relevant rules for this motion to be heard, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much.
This is a motion to urge the federal government of Nigeria as a matter of urgency to make malaria treatment drug-free to all citizens. Mr. Speaker and honorable colleague, this House is aware that malaria is a serious disease that spreads when you are bitten by a mosquito infected by the tiny parasite called Plasmodium. If it is not treated, malaria can cause several health problems such as seizures, brain damage, trouble breathing, organ failure, or even death. Malaria is common in the tropics and does not have respect for either race, tribe, or class. It infected everybody, Mr. Speaker. In 2020, Health Essential Report shows that 241 million reported cases of malaria throughout the world, with 627,000 deaths, and the majority of those deaths, 90%, was in Africa, with more than 80% involving children under the age of 5 years. Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, the House further aware that the more severe form of malaria, which may progress to coma, is known as cerebral malaria. This type represents about 15% of deaths in children and nearly 20% of adult deaths. According to Malaria Treatment 2023, statistics, about 45% of the total population of Nigeria get infected by malaria on annual basis. An estimate 68 million cases and 194,000 deaths due to disease was recorded in 2021. Nigeria has the highest burden of malaria globally, accounting for nearly 27% of the global malaria burden. The House notes that malaria is a cause and a consequence of poverty because both are interrelated, thus creating a very dangerous scenario that is very critical because of predominantly sick populations cannot have any strong economic power. The House further notes it is disturbing to understand that the average cost of treating malaria in Nigeria today by self-medication is about 5,000. And upon consultation with the healthcare provider with a laboratory test may cost over 10,000 naira. Many Nigerians cannot presently afford this. Consequently, it may result to be using local herbs or substandard drugs that may lead to complications or death. Mr. Speaker and my honorable colleagues, the House concerned that upon the present national economic hardship, where single meal per day is hardly affordable by most average and lower class citizens, with the exorbitant cost of living due to removal of fuel subsidy, affordability of this purchase of malaria drugs becomes even more difficult. Thus, the need for the intervention of government in the provision of free malaria treatment and drugs. Mr. Speaker and my honorable colleagues, I am seriously disturbed by this ugly scenario and further fear that if the situation is not changed for the better poorer, innocent low class, citizens may further suffer or even die as a result of high cost of living upon the increasing high cost of malaria drugs. Thus, the need to provide free malaria treatment and drugs by the government to all citizens. It may also further be interesting to note that HIV and tuberculosis that presently enjoy free treatment in Nigeria are not as most prominent, widespread, even killers as malaria today. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, the House resolves to urge the federal government of Nigeria as a matter of urgency use part of the savings from the removal of petroleum subsidy to provide free malaria treatment and drugs in all government hospitals. 2, to urge the Federal Ministry of Health to set up units in all government hospitals in Nigeria for the provision of free malaria treatment and drugs. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
In support of this motion, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.